Oh yeah, see, this looks a lot better. See how the outside looks like browner and more cooked? Hey everyone, Dave here, and today we're making spooky keto cauldron witches cups or something, I don't know. Keto witches cauldron bites. That's what ChatGPT named them. And so that's what we're gonna try to make and see how it comes out. I will say, you need a pound of cooked sausage. Now, I feel like I've cooked enough sausage on this channel that if I wanted to be lazy and not move my camera over there to show you how to cook sausage, it'd probably be all right. Basically, I'm gonna take the sausage, I'm gonna put it on my skillet there and I'm gonna cook it until it's brown, 1 pound of sausage. And that can just be a moderately unexciting thing that's happening while we prep everything else and get ready to go. Now, to make this recipe, you wanna preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Then take a microwave safe bowl, and in said bowl, we wanna add some mozzarella cheese. It's gonna kinda be the dough. Honestly, I'll tell you what, I wanted a cool Halloween themed recipe, a spooky themed recipe. And so I asked ChatGPT to come up with something, and it said this, and it sounded interesting, and I don't really entirely even know what they are. Because there's no picture available, it's just from the mind of AI and my like random prodding. So I think they're gonna be like maybe hot pockety, or I don't know, we'll see. 2 cups of mozzarella cheese are gonna go into a microwave safe bowl. All the mozzarella cheese scraps go into your dog's bowl. And we're gonna microwave this for like 1 to 2 minutes till it's all melty in the microwave. And while that melts, and you can take it out every 30 seconds to check, you wanna measure out 1 cup of almond flour. And this first part kind of reminds me of like a fathead dough. So if you're familiar with keto, that's pretty common, that sort of thing. So you got a cup of almond flour. All right, so my mozzarella cheese is melted. It took about 1.5 minutes. I'm now gonna add my 1 cup of almond flour and hope that it all like connects and combines. I've had lots of issues with this in the past, but we'll see. We also wanna add 2 tablespoons of coconut flour in with the cheese mixture. Uno and dos. I'm gonna like mix this up. I don't know. I hope this works. I think it'll work if I use my hands. Let's add the rest of the stuff though. Wanna add baking powder, salt, and garlic powder. 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. I'm using the Rumford brand. Where's my salt? Right here. Why are you salty? 1/4 teaspoon of salt, so I'll just fill this up halfway. And 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder as well. And I think we then mix. Oh, and an egg. And I need to check on my sausage. Multitasking. All right, so I'm burning that a little, but not too much, but also add an egg in here. Try not to get shells in it, unless you like the taste of shells, in which case add copious amounts of shells. All right, then we mix this up, and this should create our dough. I feel like I'm just gonna have to use my hands on this. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. It's always hard to try to do that with a spoon or a fork or something. So combine this well until it forms a dough, an amazing dough. And is this how you make your fathead dough? We're trying to stick in a theme of kind of like autumn, spooky, Halloween type recipes here, at least for a couple videos. And so this is the Witch's Cauldron, and I don't know which one's coming out first, but I made like a cottage cheese pumpkin spice dessert as well. So you could make these as like your meal. If you want to have some friends over and have a super themed keto meal, if they're doing keto with you, then you could totally have this be the main, and the truffles I made, the pumpkin spice truffles, be the dessert. A good idea. I'm pretty proud of that idea actually, yep. Good job, Dave. Good job. All right, so there's our dough. We then want to take our silicone little muffin tin. I know you're thinking, Dave, you're so distracted, you're gonna burn the sausage. Well, no worries, I already burned the sausage. So it's not gonna happen, it's already happened. Okay, so we're supposed to take the dough and form what it's calling mini cauldrons. So basically push it in there and then kind of spread it to form like a little bowl to hold some toppings and some ingredients. I feel like it needs to be bigger than that though, because that wasn't big enough. Let me add a little more dough. I wanna make sure I do a good job here. Let's try this again. Like that. This is gonna be our cauldron for our dish. Kind of empty it out, hollow it out, and then you got the edges all covered. There, how's that look? That's like our cauldron, and we basically rinse and repeat the process until we have as many of these as we can make with the amount of dough that we have. All right, I'll be back in a minute once I've got these all filled in. All right, so I got like 6.5, almost 7 of them. We're gonna go into the oven at 375. On a cookie sheet it says, which I don't know if I have one. Oh yeah, I got one in there. I'll just put it on top of it. On the baking sheet for 8 to 10 minutes until they're firm and golden. Okay, so for the filling, we want to make, I don't know, something good. We'll see if it's good. I still don't really know what it is. I guess it's the witch's brew, right? Because the outside's the cauldron, this is a witch's brew. We're gonna take a 1/2 cup of cottage cheese, because cottage cheese is always a nice option when you're doing keto. High fat, low carb. And we're gonna blend that up in our little Ninja Chop. If you've seen previous videos, my extension cord's broken. I need to get a new one, so I gotta blend it back here. There we go. We got some smooth cottage cheese. Good enough. We're gonna put that into a bowl. Now, let me get like a little spreader thingy. Not called a spreader, it's like a spatula. Make sure we get all that cottage cheese smoothed out in there. Half a cup. Then we want to add 1 cup of the sausage. So 1 cup of the sausage. Mine has some crispy bits. I don't really mind that, but you know, watch your sausage more closely if you don't like that. Then we want to add a half a cup of shredded cheddar. Look, I'm a pampered chef, guys. Half a cup of that. A little extra, because why not? More cheese is better. Then we've got the jalapeños. Got a jalapeno. It says a 1/4 cup, so that's probably like 1 or 2 jalapenos. You can de-seed them if you like. I feel like I want to use like I'm out of Ziploc bags, so I'm just going raw hand, which means I'm probably gonna accidentally touch my eye later and burn it to a crisp. Now you can change the level of jalapenos you want, the level of spice. You could even use a spicier pepper, I guess, if you want a spicy witch's brew. Just dice these up. That was almost decent chopping, guys. All right, so I just added the jalapenos to the mix. I forgot to turn on the camera, but that's all right, it's added in there. Actually, don't move it away, I need it again. Now we wanna add a 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika, like so, a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, and salt and pepper to taste. And I got this fancy new salt and pepper shaker. Where'd they go? Right here. May the force be with you. Some salt and pepper in the mix as well. And we're just gonna stir to combine, and this is gonna be our filling that goes inside of our cauldrons. This is essentially the witch's brew, as it were. You know, we're spooky, guys, we're spooky. Sounds kind of good. I mean, I would eat it, I will eat it. Interesting that it's got cottage cheese. All right, let's take out our cauldron cups. It's been about 10 minutes. Take a look at them here. Oh, that's hot, that's hot, 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 hot. Maybe I should have left them on the thing. Dang it. Oh, burned myself. I don't know what I'm doing. That was already established ages ago. Anyways, interesting. So that's what they've turned into. They've kind of poofed up a little bit. We're now gonna take our filling and evenly disperse it into the cauldrons, like so. I don't really wanna waste any of the meat or anything, so I'm gonna stuff it in there. There we go. There's our witch's cauldron cups. Now they're gonna go back into the oven for 10 to 12 minutes until they're bubbly and golden. Oh wait, I forgot something, guys, hold on. Take them back out. Luckily, it has not been long. You're supposed to sprinkle the top with cheese, so it's got like bubbly cheese on the top. Is that really a sprinkle? That's more like a downpour. See what I did there? Downpour. I'm so smart. Like that, and then, oh, I just threw that on the ground and it was open. So my dog will be excited. Smoked paprika as well. Gets, you know, a little dash of smoked paprika on top of each one. That's an important step, so don't wanna miss that. Then they go in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, so it's been like 12 minutes. Let's pull these cauldron, what are they called? Cauldron bites out. Ooh, okay. All right, here's what we got here, folks. There is our, well, you know, I feel like they're gonna look better once we take them out. All right, so we're gonna set those aside to cool for just a second. And while we wait, I'm gonna just chop up some green onions. They're gonna go on the top, like decoratively. Now it said you could try to find a sugar-free balsamic glaze. You know, and it'll add like a potion-y look to the top, but I could not find one that was sugar-free. All the balsamic glazes I was finding were super sugary. All right, so let's see if we can get one of these out successfully. I'm gonna take my knife around the edges. This is why it's nice to use a silicone muffin tray though, because these are usually pretty easy to remove things from. Don't fall apart on me. Boom. Ah, that worked. Check it out. So that's pretty good. And then you would put a little green onion on top. And these are the cauldron bites. Looks kind of good. Let me take a few more out. Tell you what, after taking the second one out, these seem a little doughy still. And so I feel like I want to put them back, not at the bottom, but at the sides. I think I want to put them back in the oven for like 5 more minutes. I'm going to increase the heat to like 400. It makes me think I should have maybe cooked them a little longer while they were still like the dough without anything in them. But I don't know, let's give it 5 more minutes and then come back. All right, 5 more minutes have passed and it doesn't really look like it burnt or anything, so that's a good sign. Let's see if it looks a little bit more cooked through. Oh yeah, see, this looks a lot better. See how the outside looks like browner and more cooked? I honestly think it could go even a little bit longer. I really do. Let me look here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put it in for a few more minutes. I think we're close. I think I can try this one though. Okay, so let's try one, because this one looks pretty good. We're gonna cut it in half. This is a witch's cauldron. I mean, I don't know, guys. How witch's cauldron-y does it look? You know, ChatGPT tries. Look at that, though. Look at the ooey gooey goodness inside. Yeah, the dough looks pretty good, actually. Butter knife, not the best choice here. It looks delicious. Is it gonna taste delicious? It looks steaming hot. Forgot the green onions. That's super tasty. Super tasty. You wouldn't even know that's keto, honestly. That's very good. The doneness and consistency and texture in this is really quite perfect. There's kind of the insides, they look really good. I love this. This is a great, great dinner idea. My only complaint would be that it doesn't really look like a witch's cauldron. Like ChatGPT tried, I tried, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really seem that Halloween-y or fall-ish. But hey, you know what? We ended up with a really delicious thing anyways that I do recommend you try. I'll pull these other ones out. You know, maybe they could go with a hit of sour cream or something, but I don't know. I feel like they're kind of perfect as is. You definitely could experiment with some other toppings and fillings and so on and so forth, but a really nice low-carb dinner option for you that's sort of themed to Halloween, kind of, maybe. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you want to watch more Cooking with Dave, and we'll see you next time.